hoping that Uber watches this. I don't know if you have Employee of the Month or you guys have something where Uber drivers do something good. This story has to be told. It just has to be told. In March and April of 2018, I decided to go to the different countries where I get the essential oils for Zaharoff's signature pour homme. I end up in Africa, in the city of Axum, which is in Northern Ethiopia. I decided to do an excursion with a tour guide to take me to the obelisks that were built in the days of Queen Sheba. And then right across the street, there's a church called St. Mary's. And it's a huge open court. So it's raining out. We get to the church and I look and I see a man, a gentleman, a young gentleman with his legs folded, very skinny, and he was pulling himself with his hands. He had put his sandals on his hands and he was dragging himself. I'm with my tour guide and there's this gentleman and I start talking to him. And the tour guide tells me that he has 4 children, that he contracted polio, and that's something that we don't hear in this day and age in the modern world. It takes over the muscles of your body. So he starts telling me his story, that he comes 2 hours every day to beg for his family. This was hard. This was very hard for me, as it would be for anybody. And I don't know how the conversation came up, and I just was talking to him through the interpreter. And the guy said to me that his dream is to have a wheelchair. I'm wearing my sunglasses, and it made me very emotional to hear that this wish of this gentleman wanted was something that we take for granted and not even think twice about if we need a wheelchair. I get in the car, fly back to the United States, and I had this in my head of this gentleman wanting a wheelchair. I reach out to the gentleman I met in Lalibela, and I said, I need to find someone in Axum. I did not know the gentleman's name in Axum that was with polio. I only had a picture of the video that I just showed you. And so that was it. I go, do you know anybody? So I asked the gentleman in Lalibela, do you know anybody who could help me hunt the gentleman with polio down? And he said, I had a student in Axum that might be able to help. And so a week or so went by, and all of a sudden I get this message on Facebook of these pictures. And I was so thrilled, you can't even imagine. The gentleman with polio's name was called Tegegne, I'll spell it right here, Tegegne. And so I had his name, I had more pictures of him, which helped me now be able to find him. So now that I have a name in Axum, I reach out to Facebook friends and I said, is there anybody that has an extra wheelchair that they do not need? And I got five of them, 5 people saying, instant message me and said, yes, I have a wheelchair. And since I had that, I went on change.org and asked Ethiopian Airlines, because they have a nonstop flight from Chicago to Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, if they would please put it in as checked baggage on one of their flights to Addis Ababa and then to Axum as a gift or a donation, which they said yes initially. And then when I had the wheelchair and I was ready to ship it, they stopped responding to me. What I tried to do is find anybody that could help me apart from me flying there myself, which is not an easy thing to do, to get to the city of Axum, to fly there myself, which was an option. So the time is passing now because I'm trying to reach out to charities and time is passing. I tried everything I possibly could, from the Red Cross. I even put an ad in Twitter, a couple ads in Twitter asking for assistance. And I got a few back saying, why don't you try this charity and this charity? And I did, to no avail. We're now in January of 2019. And then I received a text message saying my mother-in-law who passed away, we're cleaning out her room and we have this wheelchair. Do you want it? And I don't know why. I just said, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take the wheelchair. So now I have 2 wheelchairs. And it's January, and in my head I was thinking, how am I going to make this happen? I get to Atlanta airport and I call an Uber. I call, I think it's just a regular Uber. It wasn't a higher category. So I get a car that I did not order. I got upgraded. I asked the gentleman, what's your name? He goes, my name is Jemal. I go, nice to meet you. I go, where are you from? And he says, I'm from Ethiopia. And I'm like, wow. So we're talking back and forth. He told me that his mother had a stroke in the capital.
What happened was I met Mr. Zaharoff. He requested an Uber, actually. I picked him up from the airport. He asked me where I am from. I told him I'm from Ethiopia. And he told me a story about this guy he met in Ethiopia. He cannot walk. It was raining at that time. He cannot walk, so he asked me how he can help him. This guy asking me if he can get him a wheelchair. At the same time, he told me he has 2 wheelchairs, but he don't know how to send this wheelchair. I said, oh, it's okay. I can help you with that. I have a brother here for vacation, and he can take the wheelchair. And I asked him if he has 2 wheelchairs, I can use one for my mom too. I said, okay. And he sent me the wheelchairs, and I gave it to my brother. I told him the whole story, what happened. And my brother is happy to do that. And he took, you see, this guy lives like, I don't know, about 400 kilometers. We counted kilometers, about maybe, how many miles? 200 miles from the capital city. And he has to take it back. He flew with a wheelchair to where this guy lives. And he gave it to him. He sent me a video and the pictures with this guy giving him a wheelchair. And this guy was so happy, and he was crying. Everybody was crying over there when he got the wheelchair.
This did not cost me any money except for the shipping to Atlanta. His brother got the 2 wheelchairs and flew to Addis Ababa with them. Never once, not once did they ask me for a single dime. 2 wheelchairs, excess baggage, 50 pounds. That's significant considering you're going back to your country in Ethiopia with stuff from the United States of personal things. So imagine that. He then went, paid it for a ticket, put the wheelchair on another airplane for an hour and a half, and flew to the northern city of Axum, and then went to the guy's village. And not only that, he brought him clothes too. When you get to Axum, it's not like, hey cab, or you get on your iPhone and order an Uber. You need to pack it and then pay to go 2 hours away out of the city. And I'm going to show you right now the mountainous region. It's not like a highway to go to these villages. So this has to be told. And it's so significant, and the story needs to be told. This is why I'm doing this. And I'm hoping that Uber watches this. I don't know if you have Employee of the Month, or you guys have something where Uber drivers do something good. This story has to be told. It just has to be told. Jemal and his brother are first-class human beings. We need more people like that. We need more people like Jemal to help people. We all should be more like him. It was very inspiring, and I wanted to make sure I say this. Jemal, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm so touched, and God bless you.
በቃ በማርኛ ነገር ዛሩፍ እግዚአብሔር ይስጥልን። ቴንክ ዩ ፎር ዩ ቴንክ ዩ አይ ሴይ ቴንክ ዩ ፎር ዩ አመሰግናለሁ።
This guy here, Tegegne, thanking me. He's the one with polio. He's the one dragging himself. And to thank me, I didn't feel like I was worthy of that. And so It was just a beautiful moment. And this is because of my Uber driver, Jemal, and his brother. And like I said, this cost me only the shipping of the wheelchairs to Atlanta. People came together to make this happen, and we need more of that. Sometimes we look at something that looks overwhelming, of something that we want to help other people. You know, it all starts with us, one by one by one. And if each of us does a kind act, and that's how you create change in the world. God bless you, Jemal. God bless you, Jemal's brother. God bless your mother. And God bless you, Tegegne, and his family. And God bless you, the person watching this. Take care. Bye-bye.